Today we're going to test the Stihl MS362 Chainsaw. Hello, welcome to Gwynning Griffith. Here we talk everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now today I'm in the studio here and we're going to review my Stihl Chainsaw. Now I've had this chainsaw since 2000, either 14, 15, something like that, so around about 5 years. She's a 2013 model. They still make this chainsaw today, so I just want to talk about the features included in this. Is it a good saw? What kind of bars you can put on? How easy is the air filter to take off? And just go through the entire saw with you, and then we take it out outside, cut some wood and get the final verdict on it. Let's get into it. So a little bit about the saw. This saw is a professional spec saw. It's pretty much one of the entry professional spec saws. Very powerful, 59cc, so you've got plenty of power there. You've got choice length of bars, so you can either put a 16-inch and take it all the way up to 25. That is the 25 on there now, and that's been the size we've had on this bar since new. I think this is the second bar to go on this chainsaw, and she's been quite good. She hasn't been wearing the bars out nothing. You know, some chainsaws, depending on the make or bar you put on, they just strip through them. This is a genuine Stihl one. She's been on a while, and they do last quite well. One of the things I really like about this chainsaw is it's got one of those air filters that don't need to be cleaned all the time. It's got a special air filter, and it uses centrifugal force, so it spins the dust around really quick first, get rid of all the lighter stuff, and then the heavy stuff gets stuck in the filter as a second precaution. So this filter you don't have to clean all the time, and she's really easy to get into. When you buy the chainsaw, this comes with it. So there's just 3 screws on the top of the cover, and it's not like a thread, it's just you just turn 1/4 turn, and that just pops off. You've got access to your air filter right there, and that's pretty easy to get on and off. So to take it off, super easy, no clips or break or whatever. You just grab it, left hand turn, and that comes off. And you can see that's quite dirty on the outside, but inside is absolutely perfect. And put that back on, turn, and that's as easy as that. Now that's a lifetime filter on this chainsaw, so you don't have to buy another one. You just wash that filter out when it gets dirty, dry it up, put it back on, and again this clicks on just as easy as it comes off. Line it up, that's on, and it's the 1/4 turn on the opposite. There's a right hand turn to close, left hand turn to open it. And that's your fuel filter. That's going to be your biggest maintenance problem when you're really using the chainsaw, especially in my ranger job. I'm a part-time countryside ranger, so I use a lot of chainsaws. The air filter after a while or heavy use will get blocked, so you just got to take that off and give it a blow down clean so that engine can suck that air in. But with this saw, even though I haven't used this professionally, this has been my own personal saw. It's had a lot of farm use, a lot of firewood use, and I've used it all day, and I haven't had to clean the air filter on it for days and days of constant use. So really happy with that, because there's nothing worse than taking the air filter off all the time because your saw is losing power and cutting out. So that's the filter. How do you fuel it up? So these have got the best fuel caps you can get on a chainsaw. Some of the older types, you have to use your screwdriver, put it in and give that a turn. With these, they just flip up like that, and so flip it up, turns, comes off. The only thing that's broken on this chainsaw is the clip to go on the fuel cap to stop this coming all the way out. I'll show you on the oil one what I mean. So that goes, just find the hole. So once that's clipped down there, that's not going to catch anything when you use it in the saw like this. If that's sticking out, it's going to catch your claws, but that's totally smooth. It's not going to open by accident. And it's got the same thing on the oil. Now that can't come out because there's a little Y piece on the bottom of that rope to stop it coming out so you don't lose it out on site. Really like that. And it's got all the safety gears of modern chainsaws. It's got the chain catcher there, anti-vibration system all the way around, your chain brake there, got your dead man on the trigger, and to start this is quite simple. Hold the trigger, move the choke all the way down into the choke position. Once that revs initially, hit the trigger, the choke comes up, and then pull it again and she's away to go. I'll start it once to the side, but that's a really easy system. Just don't force that choke down. She won't go down all the way unless you've got the trigger in, and then she'll go down. Quite an easy saw to start. She's got the Elasto start technology on the pull cord, so it's not like those big old chainsaws that were hard to start. It's also got a compression valve there, so on the cold start, hit the compression button, make starting it a lot easier so you don't strain yourself at all. Quite a good fuel tank in here. She's got a 600ml fuel tank, so it's just over ½ litre, and the oil then is just over 300ml, so just slightly over ¼ of a litre, and it works out perfectly. You always run out of fuel before the oil runs out, and that's very important that the manufacturer gets that right, because you don't want to run out of oil before you run out of petrol. You're going to damage your bar and chainsaw if your chainsaw does that. This works spot on. Now the only thing left to talk about on the saw is the chain brake mechanism. If you're used to Husqvarna, the chain brake is actually in this side guard that covers all the bits in here, but still the chain brake is internally. I'd rather it like that. I remember years ago I pulled the side plate off of Husqvarna, couldn't understand why it didn't come off easier. The chain brake was on, and once you pull that off and the chain brake is in the lock position, get that back on can be very difficult. It took me a lot of time to get that back on. You can never do the mistake with the Stihl. And I'll just take this side plate off for you to see. So you've got two nuts, slacken them off, and just talk quickly about tightening the chain. Sometimes on chainsaws the tine tensioner will be in there or the other side of the bar. That's quite hard to get to. On this chainsaw it's actually in there, and that's all you do. Tighten the chain, slack these two nuts off, get the screwdriver in there so it catches the screw, and turn it right, and that tightens the chain. Very easy system. And back in the day when you used to take these side plates off the older saws, you used to lose the nuts out on site. They just fall off, and you think, could you find one of them out in the forest, out in the field? No chance. So these newer saws now, they've got not sure what you call it, some kind of clip on the back of the nut so that the nut doesn't fall off the side plate. So if I turn that upside down, they can't come out because it's locked in place. So you can take that off, put it down. There's no risk of you losing that nut, because say the chain comes off, etc. when you're working it, you've got to take this plate off to put the chain on. Well, you pick it up, you're covered in mud. Nothing worse than when you've lost one of them. So you can't lose it with this saw. I'll just screw them back on, and that's it. Never tighten them up too tight, because it'd be a job to get it to come off. Now weight wise, big chainsaw. This is almost 6 kilos in weight without the bar, so add roughly, I don't know, ½ kilo, ½ kilo for the bar and chain to depending how what length of bar you want to put on it. And that's it. That's my saw. Like I said, we've had this for a fair few years, and before I tell you if I'd recommend you buying it, let's take it out. I'll show you how it cuts some wood, because you might be watching this video thinking of buying a second-hand one. This is 2013 model and it's now 2020, so there's a fair bit of age to this chainsaw. And well, let's take it out and I'll show you if it's still a good buy or not. Right, we're outside. Got my timber stack here that I need to process through, because everything's just cut up all random lengths. I gotta cut it down, split it, put it in the shed for next year. So I've got a piece of oak and some ash. We're going to start the saw now. Now I haven't pre-started this up to make it look like it's going to start easy. This is stone cold. So the proper way to start this is put the chainsaw on the floor, foot over it and pull. But I'm on my farm, I'm not at work. I'm going to start it the way I want to start it, which is pretty much the same way everybody else starts the saw. So remember the choke, hold the trigger, push that all the way down, hit the compression. Now there's no primer on this, that little bubble you get on some chainsaw trimmers etc. There's no bubble on this. Chain brake always on, even when you start it like this. As long as that chain brake is on, nothing can happen, because that chain can't turn and it's perfectly safe. But the guidelines say this is wrong. You start your chainsaw like this, when you do your test you're going to fail. Started straight away there, didn't even cut out on choke. I just hit the trigger, revved it, popped off, and she was constantly revving, and that's how easy this starts now. Honestly, this hasn't been used for at least 3 weeks and she started as easy as that. So I'm gonna pop the ear protectors on, cut some wood, and we'll see what I think of it. Okay, got some ash, but then not massive, what's that? 10-inch round, something like that. Ash is a hardwood. Let's see how it cuts it. Now, considering this is a 2013 model on the second bar, it's not going to be as powerful as a brand new one. But let's see how she performs. Well, she absolutely flew through there. Let's see if I got something harder in the stack, something like oak, to test it. Right, found some oak in the stack. This is a much bigger diameter, probably at least a foot diameter. Not much there, she's already been cut down. But I'll see if I can take a slither through there, see how she does. Out there. Can't get much better than that. That's an oldish saw. Some solid fresh oak there, some fresh ash. Straight through it. Admittedly, it did sharpen the chain there, but you can hear as this engine was revving, she had enough power just to fly through it. No, that's not bad. From a saw that was made in 2013 and it's now 2020. So, would I recommend this saw as a brand new saw or a second hand saw? Absolutely 100% yes. This is by far been my favourite saw so far. We've had some Husqvarna, some other Stihls. Everything's been pretty good. But this one, this is my favourite. When this packs in, hopefully in years and years to come, I will be gutted and more than likely buying the same kind of spec saw again. Thanks for watching this video. Now if you like this video and you want to watch more of the same kind of content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We cover everything beekeeping, farming, countryside living, and we do reviews as well. Now over the winter I'm going to be reviewing and testing a lot of my personal tools that I use within my honey business. This chainsaw comes out with me all the time when we're clearing new sites, when we're building high stands, or just general tidying up the site. This saw comes with me every time there's a big job on like that. And likewise with the farm, trees come down all the time. The house here, we've got 3 wood burners in the house, so we rely heavily on good chainsaws to keep the kids warm and to keep me warm. So if you want to watch more of that, then stay tuned with me. Then click that bell button and click the subscribe button. Hope to see you on the next one.